Hi, my name is Alex and I come from Seculyze. I'm here to give you a quick overview of our product, Seculyze. It's based on the enterprise license with dummy data. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'm on alex@seculyze.com, or you can also book a meeting with us or me through our website. So first of all, if you think Microsoft Sentinel has untransparent pricing and maybe think it's a little bit expensive, if you think it's complex and you're not sure whether your system is correctly set up, or if you feel a little bit of burnout through the sheer amount of alerts, well, you've come to the right place. We're here to change that. So this is the system. Once you log in through the Auth0 login, you come to this dashboard which has different items. There'll be more, they're aggregated data, so it'll be more clear after the tour, but I'd just like to use a couple of seconds on this calibrate area, which is the aggregated area of calibrate, which you could also call secure score for Sentinel, where we walk through alert rules, log sources, and configuration to give a calibrate score for you and your system to ensure that the right things are enabled, and you've also ensured that the right things are disabled. So we look at both parts of this recommendations. The other items I'd like to pause on a little bit, but let's try to double click on calibration, which is based on the alert rules, log sources, and configuration. So I'll just go to the log sources area, which is you can also find down here. There you'll see your log sources, but also the tables in your logs with the provided cost. In this cost is also an analytical value. So now we have value as a concept, and we can just choose one of them. Let's go down to this one and see that the value up here is an amount of gain, that is the analytical value of the log source, that is how many alert rules are mapped into it, and the actual cost and a description of why the value is that it is. And this gives the high area, and of course if you wanted to change it, you could just drag it. It's a similar setup for, if we go to the right side, alert rules and configuration, and that together gives the calibration score, which is the first item to ensure that your system is correctly set up. Now the system is correctly set up. Now we want to look into the items. So normally a cybersecurity professional, SOC employee, whatever, would be working in the feeding system, so Sentinel or Defender. So here we have the overview for this analytical employee. So in the last 24 hours is not much have happened, so let's just try to move it to the last 7 days. And here you'll quickly see that there's a couple of things that have happened. On the right hand side, you'll see that there is an amount of tuning, machine learning tuning, where we found false positive. You can really quickly just close them in bulk by using this functionality. I won't do that. But you can also see that the tuning had also provided some false positive detected. So it means that some of the attacks that have been happened before, you are hit by again, and your team should probably focus on that. But also your team doesn't have to remember that. The machine algorithm will remember it for you. Also, we add some extra data, some open source intelligence to it. So if we move to a little bit more to the last quarter, you'll see that also are some threat intelligence. We provide threat intelligence to the alerts, enriching them into a low, medium, and high risk based on your environment. So you don't have to rely on the static prioritization from some of the alerts in Sentinel, but it's actually based on your environment and the surroundings. So that's our area. And if you wanted to, instead of pressing this button each and every morning, we have also made some noise reduction. So there are automatic rules. So on each alert rule, for example, this one, we could say that we now know that 86% of these are false positive. Well, for these false positives, we always close them. So why not just do it automatically? So we can turn on an auto close feature, filling in these items and confirming it. Then it will, for you, on an ongoing basis, close the false positives, but of course leave the non-false positives open for your stock employee to work on. We already looked at the cost, but we have a dedicated cost feature where we use the data collection rules and provide you with recommendations on how to remove cost and redundant data in your data sources, so they will be removed on collection area. It's really easy to create the queries and see which of the savings are the highest and just implement them. That was the quick overview. If we go back to the dashboard, we'll see the tuning impact, which is the tuning we talked about, how many false positives were identified, how many have been closed, and similar, how much does it cost, how much was it before, and how much is it after. So the next step is now to go to the Get It Now button and purchase the license that fits you, or you're also welcome to get a more detailed demo through our website, Seculyze.com, where you can book me or one of my colleagues. Thank you much for your attention. Reach out if you have any questions.